Breaking news, guys. Mr. Godwin AKPABIO has been given 14 days to resign as the Senate President over allegations that the 2024 budget passed by the Parliament and signed by President Bola Tinubu was padded. In an interview with BBC Hausa, the senator from Bauchi State, Mr. Adu Ningi, alleged that about 3 trillion naira in the 28.7 trillion appropriation law could not be matched to any item line, noting that only 25 trillion naira did. His revelation has generated outbursts in the country, though his colleagues from the Northern Senators Forum disowned him, while he admitted that he spoke for himself. Reacting, the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties (CNPP) and its over 75 aligned civil society organizations under the umbrella of the National Civil Society Organizations against inept leaders have demanded the immediate resignation of Mr. AKPABIO, who doubles as the chairman of the National Assembly. In a statement, co-signed by the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of CNPP, Mr. James Izoma, and the National Secretary of the Coalition of CSOs, Mr. Ali Abacha, the association urged President Tinubu to rise up and end the era of budget padding in the country. We recall that last week, senators accused the President of the Senate, Godwin AKPABIO, of inciting projects worth over 3 trillion naira in the 2024 budget, whereas the said budget were all to be cited at unknown locations. Senator Ningi had, in a BBC Hausa interview, alleged that the budget version in operation is different from what the lawmakers passed in December 2023, revealing that senators had engaged a consultant to investigate the padding of the budget, saying that a 25 trillion naira budget was debated and passed by the National Assembly, not 28.7 trillion currently being implemented. We are quick to notice that the name of the President of the Senate for even 10 years has come up in countless corruption allegations from his days as the governor of AKPABIO State to date. For instance, there are countless unresolved allegations of corruption against Senator AKPABIO, including allegations by civil society organizations under the aegis of Network Against Corruption and Trafficking, which had urged the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to investigate Senator AKPABIO over alleged diversion of the sum of 700 billion while he held sway as the governor of AKPABIO State. NACAD cited an audit report of AKPABIO State Treasurer between 2011 and 2015, which accused AKPABIO of financial infractions amounting to over 1 trillion naira while serving as governor. The same President of the Senate has allegation of looting over 200 billion of Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) funds hanging over his head as a minister. There was reported inclusive investigation by the EFCC in June 2015 over the alleged theft of approximately 108 billion during AKPABIO's tenure as governor of AKPABIO State. Also, in May 2020, AKPABIO was investigated by the National Assembly for the misappropriation of 40 billion naira from the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) funds. Recall that Joy Noye, a former acting managing director of NDDC, had accused AKPABIO of attempting to silence her by demanding she take an oath to prevent her from exposing a fraud at the commission. The said Joy also accused the now president of the Senate of sexual harassment, and she claimed to have slapped him, AKPABIO, at his guest house in Abuja. It is true that Senator AKPABIO denied these allegations, just as he is doing over the budget padding accusation, and even filed a defamation lawsuit against Joy. But those heinous allegations have put a question mark on the image of Senator Godwin AKPABIO until they are resolved in favor or against the President of the Senate. Just before he became the President of the Senate, in March 2023, the EFCC invited AKPABIO for questioning regarding allegations of abuse of office and misappropriation of funds, but AKPABIO's lawyer cited a scheduled medical appointment overseas as a reason for his client's inability to attend the investigation. This is how Senator AKPABIO has been manipulating and escaping legal processes. However, the budget padding allegation is not the first time senators are accusing AKPABIO of wrongdoing. We recall that in a viral video in 2023 at plenary, Senator Ali Udome of Borno, APC, accused the President of the Senate of passing bills without contributions from senators. In his words, "You are just passing bills without prior notification. Even money bills, you just pass without anyone's contribution. And within 2 hours, this is not good for Nigeria and history, we judge you," Senator Udome said. These and many other unresolved allegations against Senator AKPABIO carry heavy moral burdens and have continued to portray Senator AKPABIO as a man of questionable integrity. Therefore, we believe that this budget padding burden amid unprecedented hunger and deprivation in the country should reawaken the consciousness of Nigerians that the All Progressive Congress APC administration has been a path that has a nearly 9 years made the corruption infested 16 years of the People's Democratic Party PDP as a child's play. Unfortunately, the failure of the EFCC and the Nigerian justice system to bring corrupt politicians to justice led to his emergence as President of the Senate in what has been seen as the arm twisting of senators by the ruling All Progressive Congress APC in June 2023. In the build-up to the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, it became obvious that President Bola Tinubu had a preference for his candidacy for the Luft office in the upper chamber. However, rather than give a convincing explanation over how projects were incited into the budget as alleged, the President of the Senate has obviously employed a divide and rule tactics in the Senate to water down the allegation. Senator AKPABIO should know that no amount of blackmail against his colleagues of all the civil society would lessen his moral burden until he purges himself of the allegations against him. We therefore call on the President of the Senate to immediately step aside for a thorough investigation of the allegations of budget padding against him and his office within 14 days. In the event that he remains in office, we call on senators of good conscience to rise to the occasion and commence the impeachment process against Senator AKPABIO after our 14 days ultimatum to pave the way for an unhindered investigation of the allegation against him, as Senator AKPABIO cannot be a judge in this case. We therefore urge President Bola Tinubu to stand on his feet and end the era of budget padding in the country by prevailing on Senator AKPABIO to leave office for proper investigation as a presidency. In a statement signed by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanoga, adamantly admitted that there was a budget padding to the tune of 1 trillion naira when he claimed that President Tinubu presented 27.5 trillion budget to the National Assembly but 28.7 trillion was passed, and this proved that there is merit in the allegations, as what was passed was not what was presented to the National Assembly. So, if our demands are not met, we will have no choice but to mobilize our members, all other civil society organizations, human rights activists, or opinion leaders, political leaders, men and women of goodwill and conscience, and all hungry citizens to occupy the National Assembly until our demands are met, they stated. Well, this one is a nice one, but you don't ever hear say Nigerian politician, they resign. They can never do that. But let's watch and see how this goes. So guys, I'm dropping it here. What's your take? Let's hear from you. Thank you.